It's Ronnie, and welcome to a Punched Out Thursday to Die For, where we'll all be using our punches and or dies to create our layout. And today I think I'm just going to use dies. I had a plan to use a punch, but I forgot. And I'm also joining in on Follow a Sketch February by Sandie here on Scrapping Reflections on YouTube and Scrapping Reflections on Facebook. And this is the sketch that she picked for today. You will be able to tell that I started out with it, but I do like more sometimes. And so, yeah, I'm going to use more. This is the photo that I'm going to be using of my great niece and nephew. I'm going to use those gauges by Tim Holtz and those lights, and they're non-branded. I just hunted for Edison lights. I am going to be using some Tim Holtz gear dies and alpha dies, plus a few that are unbranded that I just mixed in with them. I am not going to use those. They're 7 gypsies. However, there's another package down there that I do. Well, it wasn't a package to start out with, neither one of them. They were sticker sheets, but they started falling off the sticker sheets. I'm going to use those Close to My Heart block letter dies. They are discontinued. And that more Tim Holtz plus those what are they called? Barbed wire dies. I'm going to use that Sizzix 3D die. I think it's called Industrial. And I don't think I end up pulling anything off of the back side, but I do use some of those stickers there by 7 Gypsies. I went ahead and put this together and I gutted the center. And I have to apologize right now. I got a phone call. I answered it and did so good. I went right back to the layout. Then I got another phone call. And what I decided to do was to set my phone where I could have it on speakerphone and talk because I knew I'd be a while because it was my brother. However, I guess I didn't pay attention that I automatically shut it off, the camera, because, yeah, there's a gap. I mean, a big gap missing before I noticed that the camera was off. And I was so disappointed. And I thought I'd get another layout done for today, but I didn't. So I'm going to have to use this one with a chunk missing out of there. But I did eventually turn it back on. That is the industrial embossing folder. That's what it's called. And I inked with, well, I didn't ink, it wasn't inking. I used that, it's called rub-ons and it's very old, but it still works really good. It's nice and soft. And I put it on the embossed parts so they'd show up better. In the layout, you will see that it looks like there's some inking and stuff done right in that area with black. And I thought, I think I want to use some black. So I got the black soot out also. And I'm going to layer these 2 pieces. Watching the video, I think, man, I should have went ahead and embossed the other sheet too. Now, this other sheet, it is from a very old 8x8 paper pad. I think it's called Old World. And I took out everything I thought that wasn't Old World, looked more grungy, and put it in with my grunge stuff. And this photo here, as I said, is my great niece and nephew. And as soon as I seen it, I thought, oh, wow, some steampunk here. I am not sure what the picture board is on there, if it's a car, but that's what it made me think of. Maybe it was a car. And then I thought, no, maybe it is a fire truck of some sort that's steampunk looking. And then I decided to go ahead and go with the car, even though I really think it might be a fire truck. There isn't enough there for me to tell for sure. And do the title Around the World in 80 Days, since that was the very first thing I thought of when I seen it. I looked back at the posting on Facebook, and it's one of those posts that they didn't put any comments with. And I knew my niece was at work, so I decided just to go with what I wanted to put on here. This piece here is from the Tim Holtz gears. So I cut it out twice, and then I'm going to fussy cut around a few of the gears so that it'll be the rust color. Oh, and my goodness, I forgot to show the paper pads. The background is Craft Consortium, but then that blueprint kind of thing, it is no, at P13, I think is what it is. I know it's got an at sign, whatever it is. And then I use some cardstock, and then the one that I use that's looking all rusty, it is Craft Consortium, and so is, as I said, the background one. It's two different paper pads. One is bricks, and the other one is, I think it's called grunge. And then they have a light grunge in case you want pastels for like a girl layout. But the regular one had plenty to choose from for this photo. And I thought about doing it monochromatic at first because, I thought, well, maybe the photo wouldn't show up as much. And of course, I matted it 3 times to help it pop out away from it. But then the more I thought about it, the more I thought, well, I have some, new metallic paper by, oh my goodness, I should have showed it too. uh, I believe it's We Are Memory Keep. No, maybe Recollections. Maybe that's it. I had one I had for years, but it was getting down to where I only had silver left. Apparently, I do not use it as much. And other than a few things already die cut out, I had no green left. So I ordered another package. And this one's newer, so it said new colors. So they're not quite the same. And they have like a bit of sparkle to them. Not really glitter or anything, just a little bit of sparkle. Although it's hard to tell on this screen right here, and I think it's hard to tell on the photos too. I am using the barbed wire. I am having a hard time remembering that word. Uh, I am using it, and the thing is, I bought this because I could not find my die from Rosie Studio. And it'd been missing like a year. Well, when I pulled out things out of my grunge iris container, I found it near the bottom in between some cardstock. So I do have it. It is wider. This is a lot more delicate, and I debated which one to use, and I finally decided to use this one. And I did slip that one gear through it, but I laid the other one on top. And so I had 3 colors for the gears. Well, 4 if you count that picture wheel, it's a different color, which I am going to use the half one laying there in the tray. And I'm going to have to trim it because I apparently did not trim it very well the first time around. So yeah, it's going to get trimmed. If you look at the um, layout, the sketch, it looks like a border of some sort. But I ran across this paper that had that blueprint looking stuff. Oh man, that'll go so good with the photo. So I decided to use it instead, so I ended up making it wider. And let me tell you, I thought about it like all week before I did it. And the real estate on a 12 by 12 inch paper does not cover all the ideas that I had for this layout. Yeah, some of them just had to be put aside and ignored because they do not fit. And like my title, I had it planned to put it uh, over there where the title says to go, to the right a little bit farther. But then I used that embossing folder and wanted that to show up better. And so I moved it over to the left at the last minute before I, started sticking it down. And this gauge from Tim Holtz gauge die cuts, and they're all gauges of some sort. I think maybe a clock in there, I'm not sure. But this one was one for like driving. Uh, let's see, what does it say? Voltage. I knew it was something that made me think of driving, and some of them were pressure gauges, and so I didn't need a pressure gauge. I didn't think too much, so I used the one with the voltage, and I had it planned to put over there where that seat is on the photo and overlap it, but when I moved my title over, I had to figure out another place to put it. I did still want it on the layout. And these are the stickers from that 7 Gypsy, and they are all about taking photos. It's like, now hold still, lights, camera, action. Work with me here, say cheese. Just one more, we're almost done. So plenty of those because you can tell that they are photos that were posed for. A photo, not photos, photo that was posed for. And here we are with my gap. Yeah, I did add a few more things while I was on the phone with my brother. So I am down to, well, thought I was turning it off so I could pick out which one of the sprays I wanted to use. And yeah, it was already off. So I am using Heidi Swap, and this one's called Tinsel. And I picked it out because when you put it on, it looks kind of silvery. And I thought, well, I do have some silver um, gears on here. I want to go ahead and use it. So it got sprinkled on there. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout with the big gap missing. And it was 100% me. No corrupted files or anything. But I chose the brick paper just because the colors and so much of it was still white. That paper with the blueprint, it wasn't really white, and I tried several colors, and some of them looked too creamy and some of them looked too white. And then when I tried it on this brick, because I started thinking I knew there had to be one in there, it worked so much better than the whites that I was choosing. And there's my layers, and I did pull out some Tim Holtz film strip. I'm pretty sure it's still available because I remember seeing it somewhere. I think it was Amazon, but it's so cute. I added it with the Tim Holtz stapler, and I added it in two places. I was going to add it to three, but I just could not figure out where the third place was going to be. And there's my title. And I went ahead and made the 80 bigger. I forgot to show that die set. Boy, I'm falling down on the job. I used the Varsity by Memory Box, and it does not have numbers in there. So I used the Tim Holtz uh, Alpha to do it. And that's the one I showed right behind the close to my heart, or right in front of it, one or the other. And there's my lights. And since I added the yellow to it, sometimes I'll just color some white. I've had it planned to ink some yellow and forgot all about it until I was doing the video. So I ran back in there and put some yellows on there so it all go together. Instead of the only place having the yellow from the yellow vellum was one. So yeah, I used fossilized amber, but then I turned around and added a little bit of rusty hinge to it so that there would be shades of different colors instead of the one. And I went right over to the top of the gears and stuff because since that's a metallic, it was smooth. And I took a Kleenex and just wiped it off the gears because it is kind of hard putting ink on the background paper when there is stuff laying there, unless I'm lucky and I have smooth cardstock that I can wipe it off with. But again, so sorry for the missing footage. But if you leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and have a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. And thank you all for watching my video today. Be sure to check out Punched Out Thursday. Their links will be down there below. And also check out the Follow a Sketch February that Sandie's hosting. And there will be a playlist down there below for that. So lots and lots of great inspiration down there. But have a happy scrappy week. Have fun checking the links out below. Bye.